Hi, this is Vashon Borich, and we are back with 20 tools for internet marketing. And today we're working on tool number 7. So this is day 7, tool number 7. So let's dive into that. Tool 7 is for all of you all that use blogs on a regular basis, and oftentimes you're trying to find photos for those blogs. And tool 7 is called Compfight.com. And you'll see the URL right here, compfight.com. And let me just tell you exactly what it is. Compfight is an excellent way to find photos for your blog. And for those of you that are out there, you do an image search like in Google, for instance. It's not good to just use images off the internet randomly. You could get in trouble for using something that's been licensed with a copyright. So it's really important that you find images to use that you have a license for, or they have what's called Creative Commons, which is the capability, like through Flickr, to use those photos as long as you put a credit within your blog. So this is a great tool, and Compfight, it's just a search tool is what it is, but it's a great search tool in that it helps you to find photos that have the appropriate Creative Commons licenses that you can use in your blogs. All right, so what does it cost? Well, there's no cost to use Compfight because it's a search tool, basically. So you're using it to find these images. But once you find them, some images are free, and other images do require a fee. And I'll give you some tips on how to tell and how to read the license by photo. And photos that do have a cost, the cost for the ones that do are $1. They start at $1 or more, depending on the provider. And Compfight is actually searching multiple photo providers, so that's why there's going to be such a range in the cost. All right, so let me go into a little more here on requirements. So some of the requirements that you have to use Compfight is you must give attribution to the photographer in your blog. Even if you use the paid version of some of the images, you need to give some kind of a credit line, and it's a requirement for their photo license. So each one, and I'll show you here in a minute, tells you what the requirement is on how you credit that photo. So make sure you include that in your blog post or website if you plan on using the images for your website. And then the second thing, it's important to get familiar with Flickr's Creative Commons. And here's a link, and it just kind of walks through, what are the usage for Creative Commons, because most of the free pieces of art are coming from Flickr, which is a photo depository. So, take a look at that, and there's a link to it right out of Compfight as well. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and show you how it works here. All right, when you first log in, and it's just compfight.com, you'll have a basic search box right here. So I've done a couple searches already today, and I'll just go ahead and go back to one I did earlier. And you can search by object, you can search by emotion, or feeling, or any type of keyword that you need depending on your blog post. So I did one on happiness on a different blog I had, so I'll just go ahead and do that. So I just type in happiness, hit return. All right, it's going to pull up all sorts of images here. Okay, so before I go in and open one of these images, I want you to see here on the left hand side, these are your sorting tools. And by default, I have mine set to safe image browsing, and I do recommend that. If you have it on unsafe, you may get some images out there that might be a little racy. So I would recommend putting it on safe unless you need a racy photo. And then some of the tags that are over here, you can see you can search for any license. So different photos have different license agreements. Creative Commons, which is usually how I search. I try to find the ones that have a Creative Commons, which means you can use it across your website easily. And then they also have commercials. So if you have a commercial-based business or website that you're looking to populate with imagery, then you can search just for commercial artwork. And then here you can show original artwork, which means that it's exclusive, or hide originals, or only originals. So for me, I tend to find, like, if you're on a shoestring budget, it's easier to find some of the free imagery if you click on hide originals. So the ones in black, those are the filters that I currently have turned on right now. So I'm looking for Creative Commons images, and then I've hidden the original imagery, so I'm getting a little more variety for the free ones, and then I've got safe browsing. And I keep the, you can turn pop-up on or off. I like the pop-up on because, as I'll show you here, it's going to give me the details of that image. All right, so let's say that I like this person here hopping in the air, or jumping in the air. I just click on it, and it's going to open up a pop-up window. And then you can see here, it shows me an enlarged version of the image. And then over here, it shows me the different sizes that I can download of the image. The most important thing for you is to look right here on the rights reserved. And for this one, it requires, there's no cost to it, but it requires you to take this code and paste it in the bottom of your blog, or somewhere in your blog, or if you use it on your website, somewhere on your website, wherever that photo is displayed. Okay? If you're using it for the web, in most cases, the smallest version is going to be the one you want. You don't want a huge file size on the web. So you would download it, and then what I do once you download it, I upload it into my Facebook account, or if you have your own like Flickr account or something like that, you can upload it there and then copy the URL of where you uploaded it, in order to just paste it via URL. It depends on really the blogging system you use. If you're on an Empower Network blogging system, then you can just use the URL for the image in order to paste it in. You also, if you're on an Empower Network blog, you can click on the image and drag it right into your blog, although it will be this full size. So if you need to resize it to be smaller, then you'll want to do that in some kind of graphics program. All right, so let me show you just a few other images. I thought this one was really funny. It made me smile. For this image here, it's kind of the same thing. It's also got a copy and paste HTML, so make sure that you use that. You can see some other imagery. If that one's not the one you want, you can see some other imagery down here. You can browse more images for $1. I did want to give you a warning though. Some of these images are not free. Like if I like this this picture here. So this one is from Shutterstock, and you'll find, at least what I found, is most of the images at the very top of the search results are from Shutterstock, and those tend to have a fee. So even if I click on like the small version of it, when I click here to download it, I'll just show you what it does. See, it's going to, ask me, for a subscription fee. So, and that's fine. If you're going to be using lots and lots of images, it's probably worth it to go ahead and get a subscription to something like, Shutterstock. But if you are on a shoestring budget right now and just can't, afford to get another subscription, then I would avoid the ones from Shutterstock and use some of the other ones that, don't have a fee with them currently. All right. So that's pretty much it and how it works. Let me give you some tips to leave with here. All right, so I call these my samurai tips. For the samurai tips, remember that you can search for objects, ideas, or emotions. So don't limit yourself when you're searching. You may find, better luck for great images by searching by emotion, for example. Whatever it is that fits your blog post the best. Okay, and then you absolutely must credit the photographer when using images. This is even for the ones that you pay for. Like if you end up getting a Shutterstock subscription, you still have to put a credit in there, I believe. Make sure you read the photo license so that you're using that credit properly. And then finally, and I've said this quite a bit during this presentation, but if you're on a shoestring budget, the free images are the ones that are not on Shutterstock. So if you get a Shutterstock URL when you pull up the image, then just go ahead and go back and find another one. All right, and as always, I like to leave everyone with a bonus just for watching these videos and staying through to the end. And the bonus is that I'm offering an internet marketing cheat sheet of all these tools, and they give tips as well as a link to the videos so that you have it on one nice sheet that you can print out or save as a PDF onto your computer. All you have to do to get that free document is to join my email list, and that's at teamtough.com/email. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day.